Hi guys, is marriage the ultimate goal of every relationship or companionship is enough? In today's episode, we are going to dive deep into the topic. My name is PD and I'm here with
The lady Diane.
Right, Diane, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing so well. So Diane, today I want to have your views on this particular topic.
Okay.
But if I want to know, when you are in a relationship with someone, what is the ultimate goal for you? Like, in your opinion, what's the ultimate goal of going into a relationship?
To definitely get married.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
All right. So our main topic was derived from the conversations surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo, which of course I know you've heard.
Yeah.
Whereby he's with Georgina for a very long time. I think they have about 4 or 5 kids.
5 kids. Yeah.
And they've not married, and it has become a subject of social media.
Yes.
So I want to know your opinion. Let's start from the basics. As a woman, if you've been with a man for that period of time, and you've not gotten married by the man, but he has been providing whatever you need, do you still think he is not doing the right thing by marrying you at the end? What do you think?
Of course. I think he's still not doing well by marrying me because, you see, I don't only see marriage as let me say a blessing like people see it, but I see it as that's the glory of a woman. Like in our part of the world, that's the whole thing. But in the Western countries, they may not see things as we do. So
what do you mean? What do you mean by what you're saying?
What
you don't see marriage to be a blessing, but I see it to be a glory.
I'm not saying that. That's not necessarily what I'm trying to say. I mean, a whole lot of people see marriage as a blessing. All right, fine. Well, it's a blessing, but then as a woman, you have to be glorified by being married. There has to be a ring. Yeah.
Okay, so for where I stand, I want to know your opinion because when the issue was going on social media, I never understood all the things that some women were saying. And even what you are saying right now, I don't really understand. But okay, fine. You feel marriage is a glorification for the woman.
Yeah.
Then why don't you just meet any man and just get married to that person? That's the whole point. Because if you want to be glorified by the word marriage, then why don't you just meet someone, date for 2 years, and just even 2 years is enough, like a month, and just get married to the person, or even a day. Why would you want to know if the person is wealthy, if the person is hardworking, if the person is... Why do you want to go through all those stages before you get married to the person than just to have that glorification title?
Because marriage is a lifetime decision. Marriage is a business decision. Marriage is a lot.
A whole lot.
Okay, it's a whole lot. And I wouldn't want to be in a position where I wouldn't necessarily know the person very well and then get myself with him. You get it?
Yeah.
Just get married to him. Let's take Georgina as an example, right? She still has that title, girlfriend, but she's giving him kids, and she's doing all wife duties. Meanwhile, she still has that title.
That's why I have the problem with you are mentioning the duties of her in the relationship.
Yeah.
What of Cristiano Ronaldo? Is he not doing the husband things that he's supposed to do?
He's a man, and every man is a
he
provider.
Not doing? Answer the question. Is he not doing the husband things he's supposed to do?
No. The thing is, my answer is he's a man, and even if you are in a relationship with a man, well, I'm not saying you should expect your man to provide for you.
If you are with a man, he's supposed to take care of you. He's
Of
supposed
course.
to do all that Ronaldo is doing. But
not necessarily all that.
Like I understand. Let's look at the point of Georgina and Ronaldo. Let's just look at that, right? In their situation, are you trying to tell me that as a man, as Cristiano Ronaldo, he's supposed to do all that he's doing?
Of course, why not?
As a boyfriend.
Yes.
But Georgina is supposed to do all that she's doing as a girlfriend.
He's supposed to do it because.
So what's the problem now?
No, listen. From my point of view, I see it this way: he's boyfriend, she's girlfriend. Okay. But then he's doing all that he's doing right now because she is actually doing all the wife stuff. You get it? Like if he doesn't do it, he wouldn't keep her. That's the whole thing. And
they started a relationship from no kids, and now they have 5. So what do you mean by if she's not doing that? Then
but he was still Cristiano Ronaldo.
Exactly.
And the thing is, and the whole thing is, do you think she would have stayed with him even if he was not? Like, I mean,
no, if he was not Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell him that there are no women in this country, Ghana, where they are with men who are not even up to me, and they are still giving birth for. Are you saying that? What are you saying?
Well,
what are you saying?
Wait, relax.
I'm relaxed.
We are
I'm
in
listening to
Ghana,
you.
okay?
Mhm.
We are in Ghana, and this issue we are talking about happened in the Western countries. I
We
don't
can
know where
refer.
that
We
happened.
can refer to what
But
from what you are
then-
saying.
Well, I don't entirely agree to the fact that
I asked you a very simple question.
Okay.
That do you think Ronaldo is not doing the right thing by marrying Georgina? And
he's not doing the right thing. He should marry her.
why? Why do you think
Why?
so?
Why
So
do you-
from our major topic of saying of asking if marriage is the end goal or companionship is enough, for you stand by saying marriage should be the ultimate
Yes.
goal and companionship is not enough.
It's not
just
enough for me.
for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at Ronaldo and Georgina. All right. So recently, I think yesterday, I saw a tweet on X where someone was just abusing Georgina by saying she can. Actually, Georgina was going to enter one of Ronaldo's private jets,
Yeah.
and someone was saying she can enter all the luxurious properties of Ronaldo, but she'll still be the bitch or something for the man or something. So the whole thing was that she's trying to say, yes, she can have all the luxuries around her, but she will still not have that title of being a wife. And my problem is, how is there a problem?
I don't agree with what that person tweeted because, like, you don't have to bully her for.
Let's put the bully aside. Let's look at the concept of what she's trying to mean. She's trying to mean she's not married. From what you are saying, it's the same thing. Just that
Yes,
not...
but she makes sense in a way because
How?
she's not married at the end of the day.
What? Okay, so then I'm trying to tell me that if let's take Ronaldo as a personality where he had no money. Of course, he's not that Ronaldo, but just a normal man. And Georgina is a normal woman. They have kids. They are having a good life. They are living a good family life.
Yeah.
And she's not still married. And you are saying if she's happy, she should look for more to marry than the blessing that you think is with marriage that she's having already. Because I don't understand. If you are married and you are not having a good husband, then what's the essence? What's the essence of that?
Let me tell you something. The fact that someone treats you well as a boyfriend, okay,
It's different.
does not mean that even if the person does not marry you, you should still be there. Yes.
Right.
Because yes, like anything could just happen. He can decide to just leave her, walk.
But
walk
you
away
think if
and
they are
then-
married, if you think they are married, he cannot just leave her. Don't you have the people
I mean, even if
divorce
he
and-
leaves crying,
That was-
she will get something out of it.
So good. So now you're supposed to say that. So it's all about the greed, okay? It's not about the marriage.
It's not about greed. It's not necessarily about greed.
Then
But to me, I feel like it's high time women think of the fact that they should value marriage. Like, why should we have that girlfriend title?
No,
and-
listen. My point is not about not valuing marriage. I believe every woman should get married or something.
Good.
But I'm trying to say it's not the ultimate goal. If you meet someone who gives you who plays the role of a husband, even if it's not official, and plays the role of a husband, it's enough. If the person wants to take it further, that's
I
fine.
can still meet a friend, a male friend, who would play the role of a husband in my life.
How can a best friend play a role of a husband? Can you make kids
We
with
have
that
people
friend?
like that.
You have friends that you can make kids with.
Not necessarily kids. I mean, like if the person provides, okay.
So you only call a husband someone who provides. Is a
Not
husband the only
that,
person who
not
provides?
that. From what you are saying, like you are trying to say that if you get someone who is like being a companion or something, then you are good to go. That's what you are trying to say, right?
Yes.
And I can get a companion in just anyone. In a friend, I can get a companion, and
We are talking
I don't
in
see why.
context. For a friend, you are just having a friendship relationship. I'm talking in context to the topic. Marriage and companionship, you should know the difference, not just any friendship type of relationship.
but I still don't agree.
You have someone who you've made kids with, someone who you've built a family with. You are living the life that married people are having.
Yeah,
Just that
yeah.
there's no that official title of husband and wife. But everything that surrounds the whole relationship is just as common as what's happening in that marriage relationship.
It's actually because there's no commitment.
There's no commitment between who and who.
There's no commitment between.
If
a man
there's
and
no
a woman.
commitment, can they have 5 kids and be happy?
Ah.
Oh, Gani. Oh, God.
This is not
What is
about
commitment? What is
Ghanaians.
commitment?
This
What is
not about
what is commitment?
Ghanaians.
What is commitment?
Let me tell you something. A man that really wants to be with you,
Would marry
you
you.
want to commit,
What is commitment?
you
What is
forever.
commit to you?
and
Explain commitment. first.
commitment to me
Mhm.
is marriage, because it's like a big decision to be with you forever, like for a lifetime. You see, I don't really trust the fact
Wait,
that
wait,
fine.
Are you trying to tell me that marriage seals it all? With marriage, you cannot break. Like there's no separation after marriage.
There could be a separation,
There could
but
be.
then
Oh, come on.
You still have that wife title.
What? So is it a title? So answer this question. Is it a title that's important or the relationship?
It's not only the title that's important. Look, let me say it this way. I'm a Christian. Okay.
Speak loud.
I'm a Christian, okay, and as a Christian, to me, marriage is everything. Marriage is a very big institution. Like it's a big deal to me. So I don't see why I should be with a man like for 10 years, have 3 kids with him, like when he's not ready to marry me. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
As a Christian, do you think it's okay to have just 1 kid before getting married to the man?
It's not.
As a Christian, do you think it's even getting married to getting even having just a child is not right? You are saying it's not right to even have a kid without marriage.
Well, it's not right.
Yes, so you can't even talk about 3 kids because 1 is not even right.
Yes.
Okay, as a Christian, is it okay to be in a relationship before marriage?
Of course.
Okay, so if you are in a relationship with someone, is it okay to have sex with the person before marriage?
It's
as
not
a Christian,
okay. Yeah,
it's not okay.
Yeah.
So in general, you're trying to say as a Christian, what if the person is not a Christian?
Well, it depends. It's their religion. That's the
Okay, so now we are talking about.
I'm basing
Okay, so
on mine.
putting marriage and putting religion aside, let's use logic. All right, you are with a man. The man provides, because I know your definition of a husband is someone who provides. So let's go with that context. A man who provides, a man who is trustworthy. That is the man who fits for marriage. A man who fits husband, but has not officially made that commitment you are saying it is, which I don't know. That's no commitment actually. That person, you are with the person, you are living the life, having a good family. There's no marriage. You prefer to leave that relationship because there's no marriage.
I would.
To find someone who would.
Yes, I would. Because why would a man who claims to love you and to provide for you?
I thought you were the person who said marriage is an institution.
Yes, it's an institution.
And don't you think a man would need so much time to make that decision?
And why are you wasting my time then? Like
you brought this thing back again, wasting time.
Yes,
How
because
is this a waste of time?
it's a waste of time.
So I trying to tell Ronaldo is wasting Georgina's time.
That's how I see it.
That's how you see it.
Yes.
Then be honest. I'm going to ask a very.
See, it could even be that the only reason she's with him is because he is Cristiano Ronaldo.
It could only
That's
be
the
that
whole
what
thing.
she is with him.
Yes.
And how is she? And how is that her problem? If Ronaldo is not complaining, how is it her problem? Yes, be with me because I'm Ronaldo. How is it your problem? So see, for where I sit right now, companionship is enough if the man is doing everything that a husband is supposed to do.
Well, that's to you.
That's like, yes, to me, companionship is so enough. Ladies, if you are with a man who is trying to make that decision and has not made it yet, but still is doing all the husband things, he's enough. There's no need living to find another man who is going to marry you, whilst marriage can also be separated. What's the sense of that?
Dear ladies, I would say if you're with a man who claims he loves you and is not ready to put the ring on your finger, leave.
Then answer this question. Ronaldo going into a relationship with you to provide all that he has provided for Georgina. No marriage. PD who has no peswa, not going to give anything, but would be the husband material and marry in 1 year. Which one will you choose? Be very honest.
Wait.
Ronaldo with the luxury, no marriage. PD with nothing, marriage. What would you choose?
I'll choose marriage.
This we all know this. You are not being honest. We all know you are not being honest, but that's okay.
Oh no, it's not like I'm not being honest.
We know you are not being honest.
It's
this
not
is so
about
simple.
not being honest.
This
But
just
the
being
thing is,
dishonest.
see, let me tell you this: a man can give you all the luxury, peace of mind, everything you need, but at the end of the day, ask yourself, like, does he really see that value in you to be a wife?
You being
That's
a
the
girlfriend
whole
is
thing.
the value. It's even more
Being
than
a girlfriend is no value.
Why?
It's like you are just a girlfriend.
Dan.
That's even the lowest.
Dan, listen. The role Georgina is playing right now in Ronaldo's life, and the role she would play as a wife, what would be the difference? Now she being a girlfriend, and when she comes a wife, what different role will she play? Tell me.
Well, there wouldn't be any different role, but at least
what different role?
only
Wait.
difference-
What different role would Ronaldo play if they are married official? What role would he play again?
There would be no
What's the
difference.
point again? So what's the point again? So what's the point?
That's
again?
to you, but
I'm trying to tell me if they separate right now.
See, this thing that most men are doing is because they just want to get an escape from
Escape from
having.
what?
No, listen. See, this is how I think. If you are a woman out there and you think that because you are with a man who provides, like who is a boyfriend but doing all the husband stuff, and you feel like you are, it's just an escape. Like that's how I see it. Men these days are trying to be so smart. Okay?
Smart with what?
Because they will try to put it on you that marriage is not very necessary.
Who is saying that? No one is, I'm not saying that. That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
saying that.
No man would say that. No man would
But
say
then,
marriage is not necessary. Don't put it on us. No one will say that.
I'm not putting it on you.
Don't put it on
but
men.
like,
No
that's
one
how
will say
it's
that.
going to be.
You are
That's
saying,
definitely
you are
how
saying we
it's
see it to be an
because you can
escape
decide
from.
to be, you can decide to be with someone for like 10 whole years,
Yeah.
and this person would never talk about marriage, and you are still there in that relationship hoping that. Nah,
Wait, so the question is, in that
it
10
just
years
doesn't
relationship, was the man proving or doing the husband stuff?
regardless.
No, I'm asking, is the man doing that? If the man is doing that, then what's the problem? If he's not, that's where there's problem. And you are saying
It's
men
like,
see marriage to be an escape. Escape from?
I'm not saying men see marriage to be an escape.
Like
the
if you don't
fact
marry
that,
you,
yes,
what's the escape from?
because
Escape
you are
from?
just free from certain things. You see, this is how I see it.
Oh, God.
Most men these days don't want to have that title of
Marriage.
husband because they want to be free. They want to be free
Like
birds out there
and
doing
having whatever
other
they can
things.
do. Thank you. You are making sense.
You are going to say that there
no,
are
no,
some
no, no,
husbands
no,
who
no,
are,
no. I'm not saying that. You're making sense.
Fine.
You're trying to say, like, I wouldn't marry you because I don't want to have that husband title whereby I'll be restricted from meeting other females, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so what will happen if a husband is found cheating? What will happen? There can be divorce, right?
Yes.
Okay, what will happen if a boyfriend is also found cheating?
Nothing happens. You can just decide to leave.
Then does marriage stop a man from cheating?
Marriage does not.
Does it stop a boyfriend from cheating?
It doesn't.
How is that an escape then? How is it an escape then? We don't see it like that. See, I also want you to understand that now if men of that profile will not marry, it's just because of the greed of the women in society.
Oh, you think?
Of course, what happened to Hakimi? What happened to him? You see, we can mention several Ghanaian men who are of that personality and they got themselves into trouble because of the marriage title. So it's not because men wouldn't want to marry because of that cheating something, which marriage does not stop. But because of what you started saying in the beginning.
It's not about greed.
How can you tell me that?
It's not about
how can
greed.
you tell me that if you have a man who is that husband in the relationship and you're telling me if he has not put the ring on your finger, then call it a quit? How can you tell me that?
Yeah, I'll just call it a quit because
and you're telling me to the point that you're telling me you're choosing me over Ronaldo.
Of course, I'll choose marriage over luxury.
Hey,
at the end of the
this is
day.
a big lie. It's a very big lie.
It's not a lie.
It's a very big lie. You are lying. Let's be this honest.
I'm being honest. I'm being
lying.
honest.
You are lying.
I'm being honest. See, let me tell you this.
Then before you tell me, a man who would love you, treat you with all care and whatever, and not marry you, and a man who will marry you and beat you up, what would you go for? What would you go for? Someone who will marry you and he's having bad temper, will beat you for any little mistake, and a man who will love you so much,
I'll choose not to go for any of them.
But I thought marriage
Life
is the end
goes
goal.
on.
Marriage is the end goal.
When you are in a relationship, that's the point I'm
so you
trying
don't
to
even
make.
date at all.
I'm saying that marriage is the end goal.
If you're
when
in a
you are in a relationship,
and if it's not
with
getting to
someone,
that end goal, you have to quit.
quit it.
Even
It's as simple as
even
that.
if you build that family and everything is going on just like Georgina. So your advice to Georgina is tell her. No. She's watching our channel.
No. I don't want to.
Oh God.
I don't want to
Oh God.
I don't want to say anything that would make it seem like I'm trying to bully her or something.
Oh no, you're not.
But,
be honest. Be honest. This is all about honesty. Just say what you have in mind.
But then if
you were in her shoes.
No, that's not what I'm about to say. I'm about to say if I'm with a man for let's say 2 years tops and there's nothing like making plans for marriage, I'll just leave.
Then
It's
how
as
long
simple
do you
as
think
that.
a man should plan marriage? Or like two people in a relationship plan
Every
marriage?
man knows who who he would marry.
Exactly. That
So,
I didn't lie about that. That's
yes.
true.
So, like, if you know
But
that I am the woman he wants
I'm
to
happy
marry.
you didn't say. I'm happy you didn't say every man knows when he will marry, but rather who he will marry.
Yes, every man knows who he would marry.
What
so
of,
if
what
you
of,
meet
do
me
you
and
think
you
every
feel
man
like
knows when
I
he will
am,
marry?
no,
Exactly.
that's not it.
So Ronaldo does not know. Ronaldo knows he's going to marry Georgina, but doesn't know when. It's as simple as that.
It's not that.
Do you know who I'm going to marry?
5 kids.
Then do you know who I'm going to marry?
I don't know.
I'm going to marry you. Do you know when I'm going to marry you?
You're not going to marry
No,
me.
I'm asking, do you know when I'm going to marry you? You will never know. That's the whole thing. So if you're telling me that 2 years tops and you are in a relationship with a man who has planned to marry in 5 years, you should quit after 2 years.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is you are misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Let me understand.
I'm saying that if I'm with a man for 2 years and I don't see that he's making any plans
so
towards
what are some
marriage,
of these plans that you
or
look
not
out
even
for?
talking about marriage with me,
So
I'll just leave
so you
because
prefer
I see it as a waste
you
of
prefer a
time.
man talking about marriage, and he's not marrying you.
That's not the thing.
So tell me some of the signs that will prove that this man is planning marriage. Let me see. That will be
He
some of
includes
them.
you in his future plans.
You think Georgina is not Ronaldo's future plans?
Oh,
No,
he has money. See, the whole point is, let me tell you.
Tell me.
The whole issue about the Georgina Cristiano Ronaldo is
Issue, huh?
because one, the guy is rich. He has money. Okay, he has money.
So,
and then two, the other women out there who
so wait, he has money, so.
And he has money. That's why he's the talk of town now.
Okay.
If he had no money, do you think people would talk about this issue?
And do you think Georgina would have been there if he had no money?
I don't think she would. Well, those are my.
You think you don't have women who are with men who have no money?
Well, it's up to them.
No, I'm asking a question. I'm saying
There are women like that. But see, such women.
But see, I mean, if she don't have a girlfriend, so what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? Then, this is my advice to you. Okay. See, there's this kind of I don't know if I should call it pollution or something. This is the mindset of the current Ghanaian woman, that if you meet a man and the man loves you, he's going to marry you, which is a lie.
It's not a lie.
A total lie.
It's not a lie.
Then marriage is not the
a
end
lie.
goal. Marriage is not the end goal of every relationship. Honestly, I see growth to be the end goal. If you're not growing with your partner in a relationship, whether it's marriage or just boyfriend girlfriend relationship, then we should call it a quit. That's when you're supposed to see it. But if you meet a man who after 5 years has not married you and you still think the person is bad or whoever because of the word marriage, then come on. Because at the end of the day, marriage is just a relationship like any other. If I'm with you, we have kids, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm loving you, I'm putting you on, like we are doing everything that every married people will do. Then what's the difference again? The only thing is about the title marriage.
One advice I'll give to ladies out there is just be careful with your boyfriends. Make sure you don't get pregnant. That's the whole thing. Because if you get pregnant, it will be very difficult for this man.
Wait. Even if the man can take care of the kid.
Yes. Yes.
Then even if the woman is 30 years and has no kid.
Yes.
Well,
if she decides to have the kid at 30 because she has no kids, that's her choice. But then I'm talking to people my age.
Diane, are you telling me that when it gets to a point where you need a kid and you have a man who has not married you yet, but you know you need a kid at that point because they always say there's a time stamp on women.
Yeah.
And you think if you get to that point where you need a kid and you're not yet married, not go for the kid because you're not married. Are you telling me that? Be very honest. Oh, Jenny. I suppose you think about this.
It's not about thinking. See, let me tell you this. I'm saying.
Be honest. Let me leave you alone. Be honest.
See, the whole thing is.
Be honest. I'll leave you alone. You are lying so much.
I'm not lying. The whole thing is. See.
Why?
No, it's just funny. I'm just trying
honest.
to replay what you said.
Be honest and answer the question.
Wait. I'm talking to people my age. Young women out there.
Your age?
Yes.
Okay.
Young women out there. Okay. And the whole thing is.
Then, your age. Women your age, are they thinking of marriage? Do you think you've gotten to the point where you're supposed to be married?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I've not really thought about marriage.
Do you think a woman who is around 25, 26 is like at the point of getting married? And at what age do you think is good for a woman to get married?
No, 26 downwards. Yeah,
And like upwards, you mean?
Yeah,
26
upwards.
So if you reach 26, 27, 28, 29, and you are with a man and he's not planning to marry you, leave and find someone else.
I'm not trying to say
wait.
and find
How soon do you think a man should marry a lady if they're in a relationship? Like after how many years do you think it's appropriate for a man to marry a woman?
3 years, stop.
3 years. So a lady meets a guy at age 26, 25, all right?
Yeah.
And dates the man for 3 years, stuff like you're saying, which means by 28 they should be married. What if at 28 the man is not marrying the lady? What should she do? Leave.
Just leave
And find another man.
Not
3 years
find
again.
another man.
But do what?
But
not ending it. End it at all.
Like just leave.
And
okay,
do what?
Just leave.
Look, after leaving what again?
Well, maybe if, I don't know.
Find someone else.
I don't know.
Or end life.
Not enough.
So definitely
You
leave
can
and find someone else.
Not
So finding someone else will also need the person 3 years too. So after 28, that will be 31 for her to be married. That's the 3 years stuff that you said. What if that person also does not marry her after 3 years, but is planning to marry her after 5 or 10 years?
That does not mean. So I should be with such a man and wait. Oh.
What do you mean by waiting?
See, let me tell you one thing.
Tell me one thing.
These men are very selfish. The whole thing is they would want to be with you, waste your prime, take your youth away from you, and then they would want to make it. See, one thing I've realized about men is most men are self-centered. They want to achieve before they even think about you.
Achieve what?
Let's
achieve what?
Wait.
Achieve what?
Wait. See, you just said that a man can plan to marry a woman in 10 years because he's not ready.
I didn't say that. Did I say that? I didn't say he's not ready. I didn't say he's ready or not.
That's what you were trying to say.
Let me tell you. You can meet a woman, okay? Let's say, as I'm sitting here right now, let's say I'm 20. I'm actually 26, okay? Yeah. I'm planning to get married at the age of 30. All right? Let's say I meet a lady who is also 25 or 26. When I'm 30, she'll also be 30. But you know, the ideal age for a lady to marry is not 30.
Yeah.
Probably 26, 27, 28. All right? I'm planning to marry at 30. I've met you at 26. You have marriage on your mind. I don't have it in my mind. However, I see you to be the woman I want to marry. Instead of you to be patient, let me know the value you have as a woman. You are thinking of, if I don't marry you, then you call it a quit. How does it make sense? You leave me after 2 years because I'm thinking of marriage in 4 years. You leave me after 2 years going to find someone else because that person is promising marriage.
The whole point is, if you are being with such a man, let's say
like
year,
me. Use me as an example.
3. Okay.
I'm planning to marry in 4 years. So use me as an example.
Let's say you find someone who's almost the same age as you.
As I am.
And then you decide to get into a relationship. Probably the lady might be thinking that she wants to get married at an age.
Just at 28.
Yes, 28. And then
meaning she has 2 years, I have 4 years.
For the period of the 2 years that you've been together, you don't ever talk about marriage. You don't ever talk about making plans with her about marriage. Something. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get it. Dan. So this is the whole thing that I have. The problem I have with ladies. Ladies would want to hear than to see. So are you trying to tell me that if you are with me and I keep telling you, Dan, wait.
The whole thing about communication is not only hearing and seeing.
What's it?
Okay.
Seeing.
You have to sometimes.
You should see that the words are in action.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say like we are building businesses together, like we are doing things together. That actually proves that we have a future. Does that guarantee marriage? Does it mean that at the end I'm going to marry you? Does that mean that? Be honest. Does that mean that?
You're not getting.
No. Dan, tell me what are some of the plans that we can make to show that I'm going to marry you.
I'm saying, as a man, okay, as a man, you don't see. There are certain things that men do. You just know that this person.
Give examples. That's how I can ask questions. Don't make it generic. Give examples. Let me know. What are some of the things a man can do? Like, it cannot just.
When he constantly talks about it, that's the whole thing.
Talk about marriage.
Yes.
That's the same thing I'm asking. So
no, not like. Not talking about it just literally, but you know.
That's what I'm giving an example.
Yes.
Like, Dan, I'm going to marry you. We have we built a business together. Dan, this business, like we are making plans that you are aware of. Those that you are thinking about, that shows that the man is going to marry that you are talking about. everything is in action. You are seeing that, of course, this man is good. He's going to marry me. You've seen all of that. Just that it has not got to their time yet. But you've seen that actually this man is going to marry me. Are you trying to tell me that guarantees marriage? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
After seeing all that,
it doesn't necessarily guarantee
exactly.
marriage.
So why don't you be patient? Why don't you just look at companionship? Look if the person is that person who you can actually marry, than to give time that at the age of this I'm supposed to be married, and if he doesn't marry me, then I'll. Companionship, then it's about the man you are going to be with. It's about the man you're going to be with. However you be with him is not a problem.
Do you think being with someone for a duration would make you know that this person is like the person that I don't get what you're trying.
This is what I'm trying to say. Let's take Ronaldo and myself. Right? Let's take Ronaldo and myself. Now Ronaldo is someone. Let's assume the Ronaldo is at a point where he feels he has everything, everything in terms of family. Let's put the money aside. Everything in terms of family and a wife, like a girlfriend. Yeah. Now he's living that life that shows that is just like any married man would live. So at this point he feels I have it all. What again? Do you understand? Yeah. And this is what Georgina is always thinking. Yes, marriage is the blessing or whatever you said in the beginning to a woman. But at the end of the day, whether I'm married or not, I have this man who loves me, treats me more or less like a wife. We have kids, we are living that family life. So I've also gotten it all, with the exception of that official thing, which is not really, really, really important. If Ronaldo was not a good person. Now let's look at me. Where you might be in a relationship with me, I'm not providing. I don't care. Whatever you do, I don't care. The only thing I care about is you're my girlfriend, I'm going to marry you, you're making plans, then. You're telling me that I'm better than someone who is not thinking about marriage. Are you telling me that? The whole point is about someone you're going to be with and someone who's going to give you that love, that family, that everything you expect in a relationship, not the marriage. You expect someone to give you all those things you want in a marriage, not the marriage. Marriage is only a blessing. Then, if you marry someone who is not good, like, I don't use money. I don't use wealth, like money or something too. But let's even use money. If you marry someone who is not wealthy, all right, that marriage does not become a blessing. The word marriage is not a blessing until that person is a blessing. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Marriage is a blessing.
Marriage is not a blessing until
it is.
Oh, Diane.
Marriage is a blessing.
Will you marry a madman? Will you marry a madman?
No.
If you are married to a madman,
No.
is it a blessing? Wait.
No.
If you are married to a madman, is it a blessing?
No.
Marriage is a blessing. That's what you said.
But yes,
if you are
it's
married
a
to
blessing.
despite, is it a blessing?
It's a blessing.
Is marriage a blessing?
Yes.
If you are married to a madman, is it a blessing?
No, that person is
not,
mad.
It's not marriage.
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That marriage is a blessing only if you marry the man who is a blessing. So it's the man who is the blessing, not the marriage. It's not the word marriage which is a blessing, but the person you marry. So if you find that person in companionship, not in marriage, it's the same thing, bro. Don't stress us. Go and think about it.
No, I've already given it thoughts.
And this is what you came up with.
Yeah.
I think you need a second thought.
If I'm with someone, I'm expecting the person to marry me.
That's fine.
Eventually.
See, that's fine. That's fine. You can expect everything. But I'm trying to tell you that even in your expectation, if it doesn't happen like that and the man is doing all that a married man is supposed to do for you, it's enough. That's what I'm saying. Just you should expect. I'm not saying you shouldn't. And I'm not saying marriage is not good. No. I'm saying yes, expect. Marriage is good. But if it doesn't happen, but the man is doing all those things as a married man, even if it's not official, that's enough. That's what I'm saying. End the video.
I still don't agree.
That's
Anyways,
fine.
dear ladies out there, just be very, 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 very careful. Because these days, men prefer baby mamas over wives.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
You don't let me say my last words.
We are done. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you have anything to say, say it.
See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.